Rightio, welcome back for another week of On Loose Lines going solo. Daniel Hibbard, I have actually got one issue. I know that. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Always have everything organised and then didn't turn the audio down off my computer so that cannot hear everything as it's going along. And yep, definitely have 2 camera shots going forward so we can change things around a little bit and have a little bit of fun. The idea of the show is to have fun, just do something random and silly, and I suppose be a part of a bit of a chat for Campbell's Comments. Don't have a lot of viewers on at the minute, but who knows? We might get a few more people start to tune in and get involved. I caught up today with Darren Aiken, and I've got an interview going up with him very, very shortly from the safety specialist, not the safety solutions. Darren does a great job. Ordered some clothes and things like that through with him. So been a big week in harness racing. We touched on it last week about the stay-in tax, the stay-in levy. Andrew Kelly had an interesting discussion, I suppose, with Toby McKinnon during the week. On SEN, and I encourage everyone to go and listen to, I think it's called Wednesdays with Wombat, but it's on the SEN app anyway, and Toby McKinnon, I had him on there, so interesting comments in relation to it and the likes, and I found some comments online about it pretty interesting. There's a lot of people out there saying that people knocking the race series don't understand what it'll do for the industry. I don't think the people out there are actually knocking the industry. They are more just knocking the concept of how they've come to get the money and drive the money and bring things forward that way. So yeah, so as I said, this is On Loose Lines going solo. Daniel Hibbard is calling Sandown tonight. Don't know if Daniel's listening or not, but we'll try and get some tips off him. I don't know how his tips went last week. Don't really care when they're that short. They were way too short, that's for sure. So but yeah, please, if you want to get involved, make sure you get involved, send some messages through, and we can go from there. So just having a little bit of a look on both channels, because I do have it on another channel that does get some, I miss out on a little bit, I suppose. So yeah, anyway, hopefully we've got some people out there watching. Numbers fluctuate back down to 1 as we speak going forward, but that's okay. And we've also got it on YouTube. So if people aren't on the YouTube channels, on the Facebook channels, by all means you can go to the YouTube channel and watch it on that, or you can go to campbellscomments.com. That's it, campbellscomments.com, and look at it on the website there. So please and feel free to get involved with that and go from there. So yep, it's actually up and running on my YouTube page as well. So, and I encourage other people to get involved if they want to there. So one person's watching, it's probably me, but that's okay. That's what that happens on these things. So yeah, so I've got Leonie May. So welcome, Leonie. She actually likes me video, so that's good. So little bits help us get along. There's no hassles there. Jeff Hansen and a few others. Been a big week in as far as, I don't think that's refreshed now. Just give me 1 sec. I've got to get out of that and get back into it somehow. I've got to go backwards, sorry, because if people do send some messages in, I actually missed them then, so it does get a little bit tricky. So that is the other channel, just to confuse the buggery out of me right as we speak, but that's all right. So On Loose Lines is available on Campbell's Comments Sports and Broadcast, but also at Campbell's Comments, which is where I predominantly do most of my stuff. I must say I now can't find it on there live. I'm not sure how that's worked. Anyway, it is there. It is going out. I know that for sure. Carly McPherson, hello to you, Carly. And I will get to do your horse's teeth possibly early next week. I have definitely not forgotten. I just have to, not sure what's happening yet. Anyway, that's okay. People are watching it on 2 channels, so we'll go from there. I'll leave it on that one for the minute. Try and find it on this one here. Hopefully I'm on the right page here. So I don't know what's going on. Rightio. Okay. Please get involved. I encourage people to get involved in the conversations and drive it. And we said last week there was plenty going on as far as the stallion tax and that, and a bit of feedback from people. I have got some interviews coming up in the near future. I want to do them properly. Want to give people the time to be able to do them properly. Philip Wood's there as well. Darren Pace, hello. And I want to be able to interview the right people, I suppose, and make sure we can get it out there in the right way. So yeah, so right as we speak, I have no interviews with those people tonight, but going forward there definitely will be, and there'll be a few more happening. Lots going on in my little world, I suppose, in harness racing. The winter woolies, just got to now find that advert there, is on the Friday the 3rd of June and concludes 6 o'clock on Monday the 6th of June. So keep an eye on that. It'll be on the Nutrien website. I was speaking to Emio last night, and she's hopeful that it'll be up early next week. She's actually hopeful she might get it up a little bit earlier than that. But at the minute, she's hopeful that it'll be up early next week on the website at Nutrien Equine, and then go to the standard bred section. So go to nutrienequine.com.au, then to the standard bred section. The online catalogue will be there. 76 horses in total. That was as of yesterday. I was talking to him late yesterday afternoon. There's a combination of mares. There's, I think, 7 weanlings, 2 yearlings, and quite a few tried horses as well. And the beauty of this sale this time is there's New South Wales, Victoria, which are pretty constant. Horses from Western Australia and Queensland, some really quality mares. I believe there's a couple of Better's Delights mares as well in the catalogue. So it's going to be very, very good to be able to watch and learn and look at. And Campbell's comments will be keeping on top of it. I will be going live on that last day. I'm going to try and change it up. I'm going to try and have someone with me. Might even try and be at someone's place. Really change it up and just monitor how it all goes. But that's not until the 6th of June. So it's a little way away. Yeah, we'll definitely be trying to get there and get it out. And it'll be interesting to see. It's going to be I think there's a Australian Pacing Gold have got one coming up as well. Don't know exactly when that is, but I believe they've got one coming up very shortly. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, I can't wait for the Nutrien one to come up. And as I said, stay tuned. We'll be doing a live cross on the last day. Keep people posted as to where the horses are and how those horses are tracking.
Are you aiming for equine excellence? Nestled on the banks of the Murrumbidgee River, Yuruby has a sound history of breeding and racing quality, tough, fast racehorses. Contact Nutrien Harcourts, Wagga Wagga, to arrange your inspection.
Rightio, that's Yuruby up for sale with the incentives going at with New South Wales and the new prize money that they've got on offer too. Very, very attractive property. You can contact Mark Barton direct or Nutrien in Wagga, Nutrien Ag at Wagga, and the lady's name was on the bottom of that page. I didn't actually get it there before. I see Emio's watching. You might have missed Em, but I just did all the good work there for the online catalogue as well. So, but we'll be pumping that up. If you want to get a little bit more insight too, Mark Barton joined me yesterday, and I posted that video about this time last night. So there's plenty going on there in the world of Nutrien. Plenty more happening too. Some exciting announcements to happen soon. Great to see. I spoke to him there that the graduates and how they're actually going and winning and doing the right job. Mataranka Park from Wagga, they've tuned in as well. So they're, of course, from Wagga, the home of Mark Barton, as well as Nutrien, where Yuruby is. And he'll, I'm sure if that's Dennis, he'll attest to how great a property the Yuruby property is down on the River Flats. How great some of the graduates are starting to go, actually. Mataranka Park, they had the first 2-year-old winner. They had the first sales graduate winner earlier this year, and that was a son of Sweet Lou. So that was very, very exciting. But now this weekend, with Briantissim, I forgot the horse's name all of a sudden. I can actually look it up. The sale topper for the Stallions, and I had to hit the wrong button. That'd always be the way. Sorry, for the Trotters this was, not for the Stallions. Last year, and of course he's out of Unbellalur by Father Patrick. is going around in the homegrown, trying to find that race. You should never go past things very quickly because you tend to have to go back. There we are there. That's for the fillies. So where's the colts? Oh, I can't find this. Talk about good TV. But I do know that's not it either. There it is there, race number 2, the Aldebaran Park Vicbred Platinum Homegrown Classic for the 2-year-old trotters. The Locomotive, oh look at Myogo, Atheon and Basilica. That was the horse I was after, the Sales Topper. Great to see these horses going around in another Group 1. We had Chris Lang's horse earlier on in the year win a Group 1 as well. You put on top of that, we've got the likes of Lochinvar, Zena, and also Beckham over in New Zealand, and Nutrien are really starting to make a mark with a lot of high quality horses going around. And I will say my sneaky little tip in that race is the Locomotive, of course, being out of La Cucaracha, and ran second last week, but was a terrific run, gets a favourable draw here tonight and got a great chance of turning the tables on Basilica, because it will have to try and cross it. Yes, we are definitely excited. There is no problems there at all, Em. And I do have a funny little run sheet. I have a run sheet that's just a little bit all over the shot. Great sponsors, great supporters of Nutrien. I actually haven't got a Nutrien hat on. I've got everything else going on. Great supporters and great sponsors of Nutrien is Harass the Trotters. And I did have that hat earlier today as well somewhere. Had a great week. I'll actually talk about their week at Menangle in a second. Wrong remote. Got to make sure I get the right remotes. But they actually had a trifecta at Yarra Glen by their lesser known stallion, if you like, but Harass the Trotters, who does a great job in the stallion barn for a quite quality price. I think he's at about $2,000. Louise Toolman will watch this and tell me, Paul, no, you're wrong. But that was a trifecta here, this race coming up with Used to Be a Maid, Queen of Quebec, and La Perriere. Sorry, I had it worked out. Perriere trifecta in the race for Used to Me. Done a great job. He's already signed a Group 1 winner and just doing a terrific job. But just shows the bread and butter. All three of those are very well bred. La Perriere is actually half to... I forgot the name of it, Like a Jet. Anyway, but very, very well bred horse. So it was a good weekend, or good start to the weekend for Harass the Trotters on the stallion ranks. And then with Love You, here's a little one for you. So Tough Love won at Menangle on Saturday night, and I don't have any picture or any footage of that winning. And I know Ricky Alchin put a post there about how much that horse actually means to him, and meant a lot to him winning that race, and was a terrific run. They actually trifected it in a roundabout way, because Amandine, who ran second, is by Village Mystic. Village Mystic, of course, is by Love You, and then Tiamata Sus, the horse that ran third, is by Love You as well. So Love You just keeps getting the job done, both sides of the ditch, and I know Harass the Trotters are about to really start to ramp up a few things going forward with some of these horses that they've got in their stallion barns already for next year with the frozen semen, and hit the ground running, if you like, and go from there. They're very positive and very, very buoyant, I must say, going forward. So, which is really, really key. Might be able to see the jacket and the Harass the Trotters jacket there. I alluded that I might have caught up with Darren Aiken a little bit earlier on today. Actually have a bit of a quick interview. Does a great job. He sells horses through the Nutrien sales. They sold one this year, bought as well. Very, very excited. He's got Kelly's excited about some of the horses that he's purchased. I believe he might have purchased a couple more than he was meant to. The old alcohol does that to people, but he has a business, and I love promoting people in the industry that are having a crack, and Darren's definitely having a crack, and he called out, you'll be seeing some Campbell's comments, clothing and apparel, if you like, going forward. It's a bit of branding, which I'm very, very key on, as anyone can see across the line here. But I caught up with Daz earlier just to, I suppose, find out a little bit more about what his business is and how it all operates. Rightio, the safety solution. Oh, no, it's not. It's the safety specialist.
The safety specialist. We'll get there.
Darren Aiken, firstly. Hello, mate.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
Very, very well. A little bit of an overcast day, but thank you very much for coming out.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure so far. costing you a fortune, so it's great. We can keep rolling with that.
No, in all seriousness, Daz has been here doing test and tag. One of the parts of your business that you can do, and you do is test and tag for all safety equipment. So
that's right.
It makes everything safe and secure.
Yes, so test and tag, we do a fire service, emergency lighting, safety switch testing, then the apparel and workwear, smoke alarm testing, and first aid kits, supply, restocking.
A little bit of everything. One of the ones I like to highlight, through the yearling sales, I was telling people about getting their yearling sale merchandise, I suppose, to be able to brand awareness. I'm wearing the Harassed Trotters early jacket because they've also now got the Yabby Dam Farms.
That's correct.
And it has a beautiful logo on the back of it as well. Like, it is a beautiful logo. They are jackets. These are the jackets that you did, and
they are.
You've had quite a few other people come on board.
So with as you said, Harassed Trotters, with Yabby Dam, there's been Bagnado Transport. They've jagged a few of those themselves. Then we've also had Staffordshire Park. Yep. They've got some polos, so everyone's supporting.
And we're smart. We've got here, and like we've got the safety specialist, and it's one of those little things that I did do wrong. But I mean, reaffirming someone's name actually helps anyway with the sponsorship. And,
it does.
And the likes. But yourself and Cal, you're a young couple. You're trying. You're having a go, and I think that's always key. And that's one of the things I like to do with me promotions and getting it out there. I don't mean to get it wrong all the time, but I tend to. One thing you have shown me today, and you haven't done it before, and I keep saying about a catalogue or a brochure that I can put up instead of your actual logo. But you've got your website, and it's a terrific website, and it's pretty self-explanatory now. Yeah,
so the website was designed from a mob called Potent in Werribee. So they invested, that took them a couple of months to build, but it was all based on the ideas I had. And I'm pretty happy with the way it came up. The idea behind the concept for my webpage had to be user-friendly on phones, because everyone's on their phones these days. Which I found that it is, and the traction on it's been pretty good so far. So you get a monthly report, and it actually tells you the amount of time people have been on the page, clicked on each service, and what they're browsing for. So
gives you a little bit of awareness.
A bit of everything, so know who to target.
But with apparel, and it's key, and it's really starting to ramp up in the harness world. But you're not exclusive to the harness world. We've got to remember this, the thoroughbreds, showing my daughter, she's going to be branded with Campbell's comments, going through shows and things along those lines. There's a lot of key components to it.
Yeah, there's a massive market out there because everyone's now going that way with their branding awareness. So we're finding that people are coming from everywhere, which is good. And I really appreciate the support with us being, like Kelly and I, involved in harness racing from the racing side of it to now people are also backing us in for the apparel, which the feedback's been good. And obviously, likes of yourself and Yabby Dam and Harassed Trotters, that people are like, where are you getting the jackets from? And people from outside that are reaching out going, we want them too, but they don't have a logo yet. So once they get onto it.
And that is key, and that's one thing I do, and people know there's always a logo on it. This will be on Loose Lines today. There'll be a couple of rolling ones going over the top of it. You have to do it. You've got to get the branding out.
Well, branding's huge. I'm massive on branding for myself, and for us, for this side of the business, for us, the beanie, for an example, last winter we handed out over 300 of them to randoms, just even on the street or construction sites. And it's funny how people see these people wearing the beanies, and I've got no idea who's got them, but it's that or stubby old, just anything to get the name and the branding out there. It's huge. To us it is, and I'm sure for yourself, once you get your own gear, it's critical because people do read what you're wearing.
And then today you're able to bring it all here. Marie's at home. She's gone through picking out
Marie's done well with the shopping list. We might have to top that up a little bit more before we leave.
Yeah, well,
we don't do afterpay either, Paul.
We'll be very, very... I'll be looking good, but I'm not sure. She's never been to one of my job sites yet, but she's going to have to soon.
Well, she's got to be decked to the nines. So
but it is key. The website, what is the date? The site?
The website, www.thesafetyspecialist.com.au.
The Safety Specialist.
Yeah, have a look through there and reach out, email, by phone. Happy to help everyone.
And you're happy to come out and show people. That's one thing it is all here in the truck.
And that's probably one of the key components that probably goes in our favour, is that we actually go to people and take samples. And I think it just saves everyone, from getting in the car and going to the shops and then dealing with someone away from that. But when it's personal, one-on-one, it works well.
Absolutely.
We'll keep rolling with it.
One, thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning in to On Loose Lines as well.
That's all right.
And Cal have a bit of fun.
Yeah, we do. We do get a laugh out of it. I'm telling you, if I ever get on that knee, she'll kick me and leave me down there. Leave me down there. I can't get.
He actually doesn't have pants on again today, and it's overcast and cold, but he's pretty keen on the shorts. So it was good to see you all dressed up, Gordon Rothinger, mate. I was very impressed.
let's not go there, Paul.
Thank you very much,
It
Dave.
was hot. Thank you. Pleasure.
Right, back after catching up with Daz. He doesn't like wearing shorts. He's very, very keen on not wearing the shorts, so it does make it a little bit funny interviewing him. Off the YouTube page, I've got, this is this gentleman's tag name, Robert. Fantastic singing, great song, Shelley Zurich. Robert is watching from Adelaide. Love my trots. Good on you, Robert. I'd love to know your last name, Robert, but he also says that he loves my videos, so please get in touch if any way you can. But yeah, that's his YouTube handle, Robert. Fantastic singing, great song, Shelley Zurich. So thank you very much for joining in, Robert, and giving some words. But yeah, as I said, if people want to be able to watch this show, and you know people that might want to watch it, please. Most Thursdays I'm going to go now at about the 6 o'clock, between 6 and 6:30 at this hour, the time of the year, and we'll go from there. I was just looking up there now with Menangle been racing and huge announcements with the stake money and all the likes with New South Wales harness racing. I am hopefully going to have John Dumsney join me for a chat in the near future, which I'm pretty excited about all their upcoming announcements, I suppose, if you like. They've got plenty of them going on there. Rob Good is watching. There's quite a few people watching, which is great, so please feel free to set the agenda. Tell me about something that you've seen during the week you want to make points of. People that don't get a lot of messaging and the likes, that's what I would like to do. I said there before about the job of Love You. Don't forget the run of Queen Alida and what she was able to do on Saturday night at Menangle was just absolutely sensational. Super run, great mare, going to be a real highlight. That was in the Garrard's La Cucaracha, the Group 1 race. There were some really nice runs behind that horse there in Arangi Flair. Illawong Stardust was also very good, but all credit to Queen Alida. She was sensational. Stuart Tanner joins me from London now. Stuart loves his harness racing. I'm sure that he actually loves a lot of any sorts of input as well. So if people see something out of the ordinary, don't be scared to tell us about it, because Stuart will enjoy it. The run of, I'd love to know what people thought of the win of Tough Tilly. Not so much about how good it was, because you couldn't knock it. It was just first class. But just the job that Connections all around have been able to do for EB research and raising awareness for it as well with this super filly, from Ben Studd to all the guys involved. But Kate Gaff and the super job she's doing of promoting this, insidious disease for Connections. It was just so good to see her win the other day. It was so good for Emma Stewart. Tall poppy syndrome, a lot of people aren't that keen on them. Sometimes people winning races all the time, but Tough Tilly, Ladies in Red and Joanna, trifecta, absolutely sensational. All three mares were brilliant, but I just think the training job that Emma Stewart's done to get Tough Tilly back, and Kate Gaff, because I'll be honest, I thought she was gone. I thought she was in a lot of trouble to be able to get back to where she was, especially the dominance of Ladies in Red. But they were always like Ladies in Red sit on her back and not be able to get past her, I think was absolutely terrific. And then the very next race, the Victorians to the fore again, with Beyond Delight for Emma Stewart and Greg Sugars, bringing up Greg's 50th Group 1 win. I think that's an amazing feat for Greg. It's such a early time. Don't worry, Cambrai, I'll get to you. You just threw me right out the window then. The run of Drain the Swamp the other day as well for Chris Geary and Mick Stanley. Unfortunately, they had an issue with one of the other horses on the day, but I think Mick would have been absolutely wrapped in the run of Drain the Swamp. Act Now was awesome, sitting outside the leader, and some really good wins there at Menangle, and some really high class racing. And it's only going to get stronger with the allure of I suppose the big money and the big money going forward with what's been announced in New South Wales and what is going to happen. Because I have Cambrai on, and because he wanted to pick on my hat, I have to change my hat. So what I will do, before I change my hat, I'll actually put this one up here. And this is the New Zealand National Standbreds Wheeling Sale catalogue. If you want a catalogue, give me a yelp. I have got heaps of them, a whole box full, and I believe I've got another box full. Or you can go online, go to nzbstandardbreds.co.nz, nzbstandardbreds.co.nz, and you'll be able to watch. Very good. Be able to check it out, and also check it out online when it comes up. Alex Hurley, Cambrai and Alex Hurley, they know how to throw you out. I must say, I shouldn't read those while we're going. 113, 26th of May, the 25th of May, there will be some yearling parades going on. I'll be doing on loose lines with that man, Cambrai. I doubt I'll have my cowboy hat. Mark Barton's going to be over there. Mark Hughes is going to be over there. Quite a few other people. It could be a very, very long show. So Alex Hurley, you might want to get to the footy early to be able to get involved in that. But please don't forget this weanling sale. Woodland Stud, whose shirt I've got, a jacket I've got on here. They have got, I think it's 70. I'm going to get into trouble now because I actually got it wrong. But it's about 70 horses going around, going through the sale. They've had to withdraw 3. Up until just recently, yeah, so 70 horses, withdrawn 3, so go on from there. Kelly, Stuart Mitchell, if you've tuned in now, you tuned in a little bit late because I just looked after Daz before, had a very, very nice interview with him, and he even said he was going to get down on one knee one day, so good luck with that, Kel. But yeah, no, Daz does a very, very good job, so we'll go from there. But yeah, please, National Weanling Sale for New Zealand, going to be a lot of fun, looking forward to being over there. Bringing quite a few interviews as well. Back to Campbell's comments on the day. We'll not be going live. They guys have their own stream over there, and I want everyone to be able to tune into it and go from there. Alex Hurley is sitting in a car watching Mills doing footy training. Still a Trots connection because Brent Murphy is now running around in the Romsey Seniors. So last time I seen Murphy, looked like he had a fair bit of puppy flat on. I don't reckon he'd be running all that hard. It'd be interesting to see what Alex says to that, but I think he could be doing it a little bit tough, I would imagine, but you never know. Good luck to him too, because the boys need to be able to have a bit of a relief. I don't know if footy's always one that works well with the Trots, because if you have a nice drive and you've got to play footy, it can come off second best. But anyway, just for Cambrai, I had to put it up. People will be happy with it when it goes up there. My daughter's disgusted. She just looked over and she's just like, I'm out of here. She might be going to have a coughing fit. I don't know. But yeah, I thought I better get the hat on and go from there. And all the rest. Daz Aiken, we need one of these hats, mate, with Campbell's comments on it. Let's see if you can get one of those for us. There's no hassles there. Cal and Daz, they've got no life. They actually put me on the big screen TV. So yeah, he'd be able to talk. That's exactly right. Brent Murphy could talk and do some running. He does a lot of things going there. Stacey Towers was on a little bit earlier, pacing for Pink. Did the Sunday, I was there, MC. I didn't actually do the, no, I have not, Cambrai. Did actually do the MCing on track, and it was a full-on day. Amazing what they were able to achieve. Some people of note that I want to make aware. Tanya Ward, and it's been on the Harness Racing Victorian site, Facebook page, going forward as well. But Tanya Ward shaving her head. She raised $3,000. To say how big it was, there was raffles on this day. There was heaps of people there. She actually was able to raise $1,000 through the crowd as well to get her hair shaven on the day. So I think hats off to everyone involved that was there. Glenn Mcgrath was first class. I saw a couple of people potentially a little bit negative is in regards to him not being able to go on to Trots Vision itself, and that's fine. He has contracts and he has to look after things like that. $4,000. Stacey Towers has just came in there and sent a message that she's nearly at $4,000 for having a head shave, which was just absolutely outstanding. Well done. She got a little bit emotional, and Stacey will attest to this because I think the enormity of what she did. Her hair, I'm not I suppose the best person to be talking about people's hair and haircuts and the likes, because I am very follically tested, but her hair on the day looked absolutely stunning, and I felt so bad for her in a way, but she done it for a great cause, to raise awareness for breast cancer and to raise money, and to find that she's raised over $1,000 afterwards for having it all taken off is just terrific. So well done there. Well done to you, Stacey Towers, and a lot of the people behind the scenes as well, Jez Apples and the crew. They do it because they love it. They don't do it to get pats on the back, but they did a great job. Stace raised a heap of money. I think it was $780. She might correct me there, for the pony trots, for the boys to drive in the pony trots, which I have not edited up yet, Stace, and I will get around to. But they raised quite a lot of money there on that occasion too, so hopefully Stace gets back in. I think it was $780. The drivers, just so a few people that may not be aware, the drivers actually buy their drive effectively. They go in there and they purchase their drive, and they pay for it, and other people can try and outbid them and go from there. Darren Aiken reckons he can get a cowboy hat with my name on it. I'm not even going there. He just sent me a message. This show's all over the shop. Yeah, so the drivers, and then they go out and have a little bit of fun. Ellen Tormey won it, but she did a great job, but the kids are all involved. We get all the kids back there afterwards, and they wrap to see their ponies out there, and it is just for a good cause, and they have a lot of fun. I think Nathan Jack thought he might have been stitched up just a little bit because he thought he was on the winner, but may have been led up the garden path just a little bit. $860 for the ponies, nearly $30,000 from the raffles. That nearly killed my voice, I will say that. I don't know how many raffles there actually were, but they were everywhere. Auctions, merchandise on the day, so looking to crack $100,000. Mark Watson and his wife, whose names just escaped me just for the minute, and I apologise immensely. It will come to me. They paid a lot of money for a beautiful bar, and well done to the connections there with those bars and all the merchandise. It was just terrific. People donated their time, and a lot of people put their hands in really, really deeply, and had some fun. One of the great things I did see was Johnny McLean. A lot of people know John McLean, and he, put his hand in his pocket, purchased a lot of things on the day. He also put up a free breaking in for people to get involved. Kathy, no, it's not Kathy. Anyway, I can't do it. I can do it. I'll do it this way. I'll close down one of these places of viewing. But so he actually put up a free breaking in on the day. But he purchased a push bike. And because Glenn Mcgrath was there and he was signing things, so the easiest way to get something to increase in value is have someone at Michelle. Thank you very much, Stacey Towers. I knew someone would help me. Michelle Watson, well done. But yeah, so he purchased this push bike, and Glenn Mcgrath was standing there, and basically he got it signed straight away, and went basically increased its value. So he's very, very smart thinker, that's for sure. Johnny McLean, he did a great job with it, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, in all seriousness, the money that he contributed as well through purchasing stuff, but also not just that, it was also to be able to get involved, was really, really good. And I think it was great. It's done very well, pacing for Pink. If I could have one drive-by, and this is to HRV, possibly too long a day for people to be able to enjoy it properly, and I don't mean that in a negative way or anything along that, but 11:30 was the first, 6 o'clock was the last. It's a long day, 6.5 hours on a Sunday for Mother's Day. Whether they could keep it back to maybe 10 races, make it a bit more boutique, even 8 races on a Sunday, and just make it an event for people to be able to get there. But yeah, 6.5 hours was a pretty solid day for a lot of connections that were there early, and there late. I know the likes of Greg Sugars and that were there. He was at Menangle the night before driving his 50th Group 1 winner. And then he was at Shepparton, and he drove in the last race on that occasion. So just a little drive-by. Doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. Just my thoughts on it, but I do think it was very, very well done. Michelle Phillips, well done to Michelle. She contributed one for the pony trots. She bought a pony trotter. She put a lot of money into the raffles and the lyrics. She actually had a double as well the night before on the rest. all the messages I'm getting now, I've apparently got a package that I need to pick up. It's rather important. It's at the post office right now. So even the scammers are watching me. That is the power of On Loose Lines and Campbell's Comments. So yeah, I think I should be going and getting that. They just don't give up, these people, that's for sure. They are unbelievable. Darren Aiken, I dare you to tag that into the show. See how good you are. I'll get that hat for Cam Bray because I think that would work beautifully for him going forward. That is for sure. But Michelle Phillips did a great job on Saturday night as well, getting a double, and also Quinella-ing a race because Bulldog Nicholson, I believe, was overseas in Thailand. So he had a fair bit going on there. Gary Newton joined me, rang me earlier today. A lot of positives going on in South Australia, which is really, really key. And I'll be catching up with Gary on the weekend. I believe he's coming over here for another subject in a minute that I'll get to. But the South Australian Racing Minister meet with the new CEO and the GM of racing over there. Very, very positive talks, which is great. And we need that. We need positive talks in South Australia. We need South Australia to be going good and increasing and all the rest. And he also told me that they have their two $50,000 silver salvers coming up at the end of this week. I think it was this week. Might be next week. I saw Philip Wood was there before on the line. He might actually be able to tell me as well. I hate how these things work sometimes now. You've got to go into the racing because it's not in Victoria. But we'll get there. It's my show, goes as slow or as fast as want. Hopefully people don't log out. Yes, it's a week after next. I think they've got 8 runners in each of those, so that'll be a very, very good job. But he told me that Lisa Ryan is home after a nasty fall. I didn't see the fall, but she had the fall in the kindergarten series, and you can't see the fall, of course, but very nasty fall. But she is home and recovering, and I believe giving out driving instructions to people from her bedside, making sure they drive them well. I think it was, here we go, I'm going to go here. We'll just wing it somewhere. I was pretty sure it was Gina, and I don't know Gina's last name, but we're going to go with Monday at Globe Derby. And basically she was told she had to lead Gina Belt. There it is there, I think, Golden Galet. It did lead all the way, so I think that was a horse that basically Lisa said she got to lead and lead at all costs, and she won't get beat, and she got the chockies. So yeah, so Gary Newton, keep me up to date with most of what is going on over there in South Australia, and I look forward to doing a fair bit more pacing for Pink too. The guys in Western Australia are doing an awesome job. Every state's doing an awesome job, that's for sure. But yeah, the guys in Western Australia and the likes are really ramping it up there. I noticed that Daz hasn't put that hat in there for you, Cam. It's a lovely hat. I think you'd look very, very nice in it. So that is for sure. No updates. Brent Thompson must be going okay. Alex Hurley, haven't heard how your horses are going this week. They can't be far off the races, that's for sure. So be going there. Harness Breeders Victoria. Now, you would not believe I could do this, but on this weekend, I'm doing a live show for Harness Breeders Victoria that will be streamed live to Campbell's Comments Facebook page, and it will also go to the Trots Vision. It will be shared across other pages. Harness Breeders Victoria will share that across. I will possibly it will be up on my YouTube page, and it will be available on my website as well. So we will have it across all 4. It will be recorded. And pretty much as soon as the recording's finished, it'll be up as a replay as well. So if you don't get involved, I'm going to announce all of the winners for this year. So something very different. I'm very excited about it to be able to I suppose showcase something different. And that's on this Sunday. Alex Hurley is trialling on Saturday, so good luck. So you'll be able to sit back and tune into the show from 1 o'clock, Alex. On Sunday, going to go for about an hour and a half. Myself and Dan Malecki will be joining me. So something very, very different, especially for Campbell's Comments. But Dan Malecki, Nick Hooper, Brett Coffey, Kath McIntosh are all going to be there. We've got some special recordings. We also might have a few special guests going to be there. We're going to do it at Hurley's in Kyabram, actually in the pub, because the weather forecast is pretty miserable, which it is right across the state for a lot of people. So definitely going to do something very, very different, but going to be a lot of fun, Daz Aiken. I'll give you 5 minutes to see if you can get that up and going. Oh, that's the wrong one. How's that? I almost went to do something. I went to actually do this.
Woodland Stud takes pride in their involvement in the industry, both on and off the track, supporting harness racing through sponsorship from grassroots to feature racing, giving breeders access to world-class stallions who go on to produce world-class racehorses, selling progeny at sales from some of Australasia's strongest families. Harness racing is our passion, and we will continue to strive for greatness. Your success is our success. Share the dream.
Campbell's comments proudly brought to you by Woodland Stud, as well as quite a few others, NZB, Barristock and the like. So trying to look after them. Alex Hurley says this, she can't wait. I can't wait, Alex. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a different way to be showcasing the industry and the likes, and I'm very excited to be able to team up with Dan Malecki as well. I think the passion that he's going to bring, he's excited about it. I know that. I spoke to him just recently, and he's very excited about it. So yeah, going to be a lot of fun, and it's a couple of special awards which I've done some pre-records too, so it'll be very different. There'll be pre-records involved and that. So yeah, so that's about all that's on my notes, as I said, and hats off to everyone that got involved there with that. Troy Walsh has joined in. I must say hello to you, Troy, and Troy is Brett Walsh's cousin. I'm going to go with, he might be brothers, but I think it's his cousin. Makes saddles, has a site at Tamworth at the camp draft. Might have been where I got the hat, so that might be where he's came in and liked the show. If you like your camp drafting, or if you want to understand your camp drafting, go to a site called EQ Life, Equestrian Life it is, on Facebook and the likes. Willinga Park, which is the number one camp draft. So they've got the gold buckle. It's Australia's richest camp draft on at the minute. Unbelievable place, venue and the likes, but you can watch them all live. So you can watch it anytime, free of charge, and it is a lot of fun there. So please, if you want to watch or do something, watch something a little bit different. The camp drafting on Facebook, lots of live stuff on Facebook. It's really cool now. The world's getting smaller and smaller, and it's great to be able to I suppose see a different thing, if you like, and do things a little bit differently. So yeah, so I think if you want to get on there, go to that. That's through Nutrien, of course, great sponsors of mine. Most of my sponsors have been going underneath. Sponsors of mine, I actually sponsor Taylor French. And I've got to say, well done to Taylor French today for getting up on 3 Eagles. This was at Cobram, but the pink pants, that was one of the ones I had to showcase too. So the pink pants there, they actually say Campbell's comments. So, yep, always happy, always smiling. But, yeah, congratulations, Tails. She actually ended up driving a double as well in those pants. So, appreciate that. I think that's one of the things that these guys with the sponsors have to do, is get behind and with the people as a sponsor and go from there. So, as I said, don't forget you watch this on my YouTube channel and also on my Facebook channel. Got the hat, got plenty going on. Yes, Sean McNulty, I am. So well done to you on the weekend too, Shawnee McNulty. Tipping was an easy drive home for the McNulty boys after Saturday night's win. And I'm just trying to bring it up. I didn't get it there, but he went terrific. I've actually forgot his name. How good am I going? Shawnee will be telling me off. But he was very, very happy. Chizzy, of course, by Danny Boucher. Nick Youngson won't be happy with me for forgetting that, but they're having a great run. Jason McNulty, Sean McNulty, Ryan Sanderson. I just love the way the people enjoy it afterwards. So I think well done to those guys. So for getting some good winners. And I must say, actually, well done to Johnny Caldo. I'm sure it meant a lot to him winning with Sir Ledick the other night, which was a great win. David Aiken. But yeah, Johnny got a double for the night, but I'm sure Sir Ledick, of course, owned by his great mate, or was once owned by his great mate and raced by his great mate, so I'm sure it meant a lot to him winning with Sir Ledick. So going forward, so at the end of the day, the hat works, Shawnee. That's why I definitely wear it. This has been Campbell's Comments on Loose Lines. Who knows what I'll do next week, whether I go solo, whether I get people in. I can always call people in, so if anyone ever has anything and wants to come on the phone, don't be scared to come in on the phone. More than happy to take phone calls in. It's a different phone number, so you're more than happy to for people to ring this phone number if they want, because they won't get through, that's for sure. That's what I was going to show too. This one here for the Ballarat Harness Racing Club. I see that they've got an ABBA tribute band, SOS, as well. Sean McNulty's not up his alley because he's a Johnny Farnham man, but you never know. He might be into ABBA and the likes. Alex Hurley, I'm sure she's into ABBA. So I must say too, brilliant photo of pugs during the week, Alex too. So it was quite a funny one, but yeah, she had a little bit of fun with that. But I reckon that's a little bit of a wrap for this week on Loose Lines. As I said, the online sales catalogue will be coming out towards the end of this week, if not early next week, through Nutrien Equine. So that's a winter woolies sale. I'll be over in New Zealand in 2 weeks' time with Cam Bray and a few of the other guys, so we'll be going live over there with that. Yeah, plenty of other stuff going on. Pacing for Pink ramps up. We might get someone from South Australia. I'm going to catch up with Gary Newton and John Campbell. Oh, that'll be a long interview. That won't stop for a long time over the weekend. So thank you very much to everyone that's been involved, got involved in the conversation. And yeah, I'll be back next week. Have a little bit more fun and a little bit more randomness, but we'll talk trots. The more people get involved, the more I can give. So thank you very much for joining me. This has been Paul Campbell for On Loose Lines. Thanks very much to all my sponsors as well.